What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis back with another video. We're going to be going over Baby Doge today. We just now had a nice pump inside of Baby Doge, so we're going to talk about this and definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Definitely check out my other channel, Marsellis Travels, if you want to see some of these travels I have here in Brazil. And also definitely go ahead and pre-save my album, link inside the description. Let's get straight to it though. So let's talk about this. We just now had this nice pump inside of Baby Doge, 12.8% in the last 24 hours. That's huge because it literally just now happened. So I had to come live and make this video. And as of right now, there's nothing that I can really find that just now happened inside of Baby Doge. If you go over to Twitter, you're not going to see anything new within like the last few minutes. Maybe something big just happened, but it might take them a little bit more time to post it. So I'll definitely make another video if they post something else about something that happened. But as of right now, nothing too big right now happened. But we did just now have a nice pump. So let's talk about this. So this is pretty good. We're at 1520 now. And remember that 1600 resistance that I was talking about in the previous video. And also, if you look over here, everything else has been going sideways and downwards. So we're really an anomaly right now in the crypto market. Baby Doge is doing some big stuff now. But let's talk about this. So first of all, this is the Huobi exchange. We're looking at it on TradingView. Typically, I like to look at OKEx. But as you can see, Huobi is showing the recent pump that we had, and it usually is ahead of OKEx. Like Huobi is usually on point with the price of Baby Doge, whereas OKEx, it's a little bit behind. It's sometimes an hour, sometimes two. But yeah, it's a little bit behind. So hypothetically speaking, if we were looking at the OKEx exchange, we would be looking at this resistance, which we already know that we've passed. So we have to do this technical analysis through the Huobi exchange here on TradingView. So let's look at this now. We're at 1506. Just came back down from here from earlier today, around 1300. So now we're finally up here at 1506. So now what we're really looking for is to go down to this bottom side of the support, maybe 1462, or maybe just stopping right here at this support line. This whole red area pretty much shows we have less demand in this area for our supply and demand. So what we're really looking for is trying to get past that 1600 area, so then we can see more than 1650 and eventually above. But right now, there's not too much to tell from this because it just now happened. We're going to have to wait a little bit. But, like I said, there's always the possibility that we pull back down to 1400 because that is where the support is on the Huobi exchange. Now, if you're looking at the 4-hour chart, it'll look a little bit differently. But you can actually see over here this massive pump that we just now had. It was almost immediately that we had this pump. So we got really close to hitting this 1600 resistance. And now what we're really waiting for is to get past that. And I think we actually have enough momentum to get past that 1600 resistance. Because as you can see here, we didn't even get all the way down to the support before we kept going. We got rejected, pulled back, and then we kept going. So I think the same thing might happen here again where, we just got rejected, pulling back just a little bit more. It's like 1450 or somewhere around there, and then continuing to go from there. So I'm hoping that we get to see some more pumps for Baby Doge, because if we don't, then we're probably going to end up seeing that support back down here again, 1350, hitting that 1350 support again, or maybe down to the lower side of 1300. But what we do know is we are bullish right now, bullish by 80% in the last 24 hours, by the way. So good stuff there as well with Baby Doge. Now we just got to wait and see how far this pump can take us. Now, if we're looking at Bitcoin, it's been sideways for a little bit, since yesterday it's been sideways. And as you can see, we're supposed to have high activity in this area, but now we're starting to see some selling. So this could indicate that we're having high selling activity. And actually, if you look over here for the oscillator, it shows over here that we have a bearish signal being thrown up. That's because the buying is slowing down, and now the selling is speeding up. But now it's kind of back up to the upside of this wave, but it looks like it might curve back downwards for one more selling wave. And if that happens, then you could see us going back down to the 20.9K support. Right now we're at 21K, and eventually down here where we have more activity for Bitcoin around 20.3K. So that's what we can see there for Bitcoin. Now, as for the 4-hour chart here with Bitcoin, you can kind of see we just now had that pump, coming in from yesterday till today. We had a nice amount of money flowing into Bitcoin, but we've already pulled back. We had high activity in this area. It was high buying, but you want to keep an eye on this overbought area on the oscillator. It's showing that we are overbought here on the oscillator, and we're at the top side of this wave for the overbuying area, meaning it's probably about to curve back down where it's going into selling. So we actually may see Bitcoin, selling down to, like I mentioned earlier, back down 20.6K or down to 20K flat. But remember, we still have high activity in this area, so that could mean high buying activity. So like I said in my previous video, though, I made this mark up here because I believe we will continue to go up maybe till 22K, but I feel like it's going to be a temporary bullish run. So it could go all the way up to 22K, but I really do believe it's going to be temporary. So you definitely want to watch out for all that. But if it's not temporary, then what you're going to want to watch out for is this resistance all the way up here. And it's about 26K, around 26.6K to the upper side of about 28K if it's not temporary. But if it is, then you're not going to see it getting up that high. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got for Bitcoin now. But let's talk more about Baby Doge here. You can see we're getting more and more holders every day. 1,633,697 holders. That's a pretty good amount of holders. And also for DeFi Llama, you can see over here, we have a huge increase, 96.56% inside the last 7 days for our total value locked. And now we're at 31.26 million inside of total value locked for Baby Doge Swap. And we're at rank 165. And actually, if you look down here, Shiba Swaps are all the way down at rank 184 at 27.36 million. So Baby Doge is continuing to climb the ranks here in DeFi Llama against all these other DeFi protocols, all these other different swaps and DeFi apps. We're climbing the ranks here, and eventually we will be one of the top 100 ones. In order to be a top 100 DeFi swap, we have to be all the way up here at about 73.5 million in total value locked, which I definitely believe is possible for Baby Doge. It'll take a little while to get there, but it's definitely possible. So that's something that we got to wait for and watch out for. And yeah, let's keep going over this and go over to the farming here. So my farming journey now has me at $6.82, and that's with $89 inside of the farm. And for people wondering, what would it be if I put in more? If I put in $890, that would be $68.20. If I put in $8,900, then that would be $682. So yeah, you kind of see where I'm going with this. If you put in $8,900 for like two weeks, almost 2.5, then you pretty much get $682. That's pretty good because every single 2 weeks or so, you need that much money. That's a lot of money every single 2 weeks. That'll be like $1,200 or like $1,300 a month. So that's a pretty good amount of money. I mean, just for staking. So that's pretty good in my opinion. But anyways, this is pretty much all I got for you all today. Remember, the technical analysis we did earlier was on the Huobi exchange. Now, if we're just going to look at OKEx, they haven't gotten there yet, but you're probably about to see this pump happening really soon inside OKEx. You can actually kind of start seeing it forming here. So it actually may start going back up to the upside. You can actually see the first green candlestick is starting to pop up when I take off the indicators. So you're about to see the OKEx one. So you're probably going to see that increasing by a little bit now. But yeah, anyways, this is pretty much all I got for you all today. Definitely hit that like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice. Definitely check out my link in the description for my other channel, Marsellis Travels, if you want to see my travels here inside Brazil. Also, if you want to check out my album, it'll be dropping on January 1st. So definitely hit that pre-save link in the description. And as always, I'll be back with another video.